Biden has said that he will cancel the Keystone XL pipeline. It's already under construction. A lot of it is built already. But he said he will cancel it and that the United States doesn't need any of our dirty tar sands oil. What are your fears, if you have any, about the American election? Fears and predictions. Give me those.
If Biden wins, it's incredibly bad for Alberta in terms of getting our oil to market. He will cancel Keystone XL, and I imagine that he'll take a really good look at the train that is going to go from basically Fort McMurray to Alaska as another route. I also think that we really, 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 really need to build our own resources, make our own alliances with other countries so we're not as dependent. If the United States sneezes, we catch a cold. And we have very strong resources between natural gas, uranium, potash, everything else, and oil and gas, of course, that in this entire time we've never really left. I mean, the United States is our biggest customer for everything. And I really wish that all you're going to hear about for the next month is the U.S. election.
Yeah.
We are so dependent on America for everything that they do that it's terrifying that at this stage in the game that if one pipeline can determine the future of Albertans' bank accounts. I mean, look at that tiny little town. That Keystone is changing lives. It's giving them Christmas and Thanksgiving. It's providing for their families. Can you imagine if we took it more seriously, how that could help the entire country? We don't take our energy seriously, and we can't determine who the president is going to be. But if you're just talking about money in my personal bank account, I think Trump is better for Alberta. In fact, Trump in a lot of ways has been better for oil and gas than our prime minister.
Yeah, and it's interesting for you to say that because not only has he been better for oil and gas in his own country than our prime minister has been for ours. He's created a mini boom in oil, but also there are a lot of Canadians out of work in the Canadian oil patch who are finding work in some of the boom towns in America. They're finding work in North Dakota, Pennsylvania, West Texas. There's a lot of Canadians down there. And it's a shame because that's a real drain on the experience that our oil patch will need to recover, but they'll be where if we ever do recover. But those Canadians have found good employment somewhere else, and they take their experience and expertise with them.
So, I always am a big believer in watch what people do, not what they say. So That oil boom in the States actually was started under Obama. Under Obama, the United States became the biggest producer of oil in the world, and they even beat Saudi Arabia. Yep. My point with Trump actually is that Trump has done more for Canadian oil and gas than our prime minister. That's what's scary.
If you'd like to get access to my show as well as other great TV style shows too, like Ezra's Nightly, Ezra Levant Show, and David Menzies' Friday night show, Rebel Roundup, just go to rebelnews.com/subscribe. That's rebelnews.com/subscribe.